Apple's latest quarterly report shows revenue of $111.2 billion, up 17% year over year. Net income reached $29.6 billion, and diluted earnings per share rose 22%. The surprise is where the growth came from. This was not simply the familiar story of services carrying slower hardware. iPhone revenue jumped 22% to $57 billion. That single category generated $10.2 billion of Apple's $15.8 billion in incremental quarterly revenue, or roughly 64%. Mac, iPad, and wearables grew more slowly. The immediate comeback was overwhelmingly iPhone-led. Services revenue reached a record $31 billion, up 16%. It represented only 28% of revenue, but about 43% of gross profit. Services gross margin was 76.7%, almost double the 38.7% product margin. Hardware drove this quarter's acceleration. Services made each dollar more valuable. Growth was broad, not confined to one market. Every geographic segment grew by double digits. Greater China increased 28% to $20.5 billion, while the rest of Asia-Pacific grew 25%. That rebound matters because China has recently been one of Apple's most closely watched demand risks. Apple converted the growth into better economics. Total gross margin rose from 47.1% to 49.3%. Product margin improved 2.8 points, and services margin added 1 point. Net income grew 19%, faster than revenue, while earnings per share grew 22% as the share count continued to fall. Apple is spending aggressively behind the next product cycle. Quarterly research and development increased 34% to $11.4 billion, roughly twice the revenue growth rate. At the same time, 6-month operating cash flow reached $82.6 billion, and Apple returned $37 billion through share repurchases. 3 watch points remain. iPhone still represents 51% of quarterly revenue. Services economics depend on platform rules that face regulatory pressure, and the unusually fast R&D expansion must eventually produce new products and experiences. Strong quarterly growth does not remove concentration or execution risk. So what actually drives Apple's latest growth? iPhone restarted the hardware cycle, a larger installed base expands the audience for services. High-margin services lifts profit quality, and cash funds the next product cycle. Watch iPhone growth, services margin, Greater China, and R&D productivity next. Download the original report below or open it in PDF AI to explore the visual digest, podcast, and your own questions. This is educational content, not investment advice.